Hi, love. Welcome back. I hope you're having an amazing, beautiful day. Let's chat. There have been times in my life where receiving has gone so smoothly. So smoothly. I didn't worry about a thing. In fact, it felt almost too good to be true, or like the thing that I wanted came to me even better. And there have been times where I have forced myself to receive something and received it, and it was either mid or not the greatest. So, I'm going to tell you how to attract smooth receiving. And the way that you're going to do this is by doing something that I am calling not scaring the hose. Not scaring the hose. So if you've heard of the term scaring the hose, right? You might think of where it is used colloquially among us younger people, right? Like hookup culture and things like that are, popular. And so guys and girls get together, and let's say there's a group of guys and there's one guy in the group who's like overly trying to get with the women. When I say hoes, please understand it is just a reference to the overall feeling of what I'm describing right now. I'm not calling anybody a hoe. Not myself, not anyone, but it's just the perfect example for me because I understand it so well, because I understand this concept which I'm explaining. So there's a guy in the group and he's doing the most. He's flashing his money, he's trying to fight his bro, he's, he put on so many chains and like he's just doing a lot. He is all up on the women and he's scaring the hoes. He's doing too much. That's basically what I'm saying by scaring the hoes, is doing too much. You're doing too much. So essentially, when you are pushing in instead of leaning back, you're pushing in and forcing your energy upon something, trying to mold it and get it to do what you want to do. That's not what we're doing. And I discovered this maybe a month or two ago because I metaphorically was scaring the hose. And the hose for me in this example I'm going to share is the money. So I had fasted, and when I fasted, I was able to get so much work done. Okay, I'm telling you, so much work, because a lot of my life revolves around cooking and eating, trying new food, making new recipes, learning about food. So when I was fasting and I pretty much paused on that part of my life, so much time freed up. I had all day. And so I was able to do 70 things in a day. Like I was able to do everything on my to-do list and more. And I felt amazing because it felt to me that I was finally activating the masculine energy that I needed to push myself forward. And actually, that was right for me at the time. That was right for me at the time. I was supposed to be activating my masculine energy because that allowed me to finish certain projects and things that I needed to get done. But I tried to carry this energy after my fast, when now the time that I had freed up from eating was actually taken back from eating and creating recipes and doing all the things that I do with food, which takes up a lot of my day. So because I was trying to do, again, 70 things in a day, plus that, I was doing too much and I was scaring the hoes, because my mindset was, if I can do this, I can get the money faster. If I can get through all of this, I can, somehow go to where I need to go. When really, I was pushing in. I was forcing my energy. And what happened to me was I fell sick. Literally, I got sick. My body does not like working really hard. That's something that I've learned the hard way many times. And this is just one example. And while I was sick, I was like, dang, Kara, you're scaring the hoes. Like, you was really scaring the hoes this week. You were doing the most, trying to fit so many things in one day. And your body doesn't like that. My body does not like working hard. So by leaning back, and instead of pushing in, by leaning back, you are essentially allowing God to do his thing in your life. When you're scaring the hoes, you're doing too much, you are not allowing God to do what God needs to do through you. You're trying to do things your way, when really you need to be doing things the way that God is trying to do things through you. And it can be hard to let go and allow the things to just happen. So you need to develop faith, unshakable faith. And here are 3 ways that you can do this. The first way is by maintaining mysteriousness. When you maintain mysteriousness, you're going to actually attract the hoes. You're not going to scare them. You're going to attract them to you. And if you think back to the situation that I explained, was like a group of guys and a group of girls. The guy in the group who's mysterious, calm, cool, suavecito, he's going to attract, all the girls are going to want him. They're going to flock to him because he's not doing the most. He's leaning back. And when you lean back, the other thing that you want can do is come to you. And by leaning back, you're essentially allowing God, you're allowing your frequency, God within you, to do the work and attract it for you. So some ways you can maintain mysteriousness is simply by not revealing your plans either until they're in motion. Like, you're gonna have unshakable faith. You know this thing's happening. You have faith, but that doesn't mean you have to share, especially when it comes to your business, your money, things like that. So what you're going to want to do is be mysterious. You can tell people when it's in motion, when it's done, even if it's something big happening in your life. You want to maintain that mysteriousness, hold it in, right? Like when Mary had Jesus, she didn't tell anybody. There were other people who went and told, but I forget what the Bible verse, but it was basically saying that Mary kept all these things in her heart. She held them there. And that mysteriousness is what attracts the things that you want. Another way you can maintain mysteriousness is by only being seen when you are giving value or receiving value. And obviously, leave room for fun, right? Not everything has to be a networking event, but something valuable could even be going out with your friends and being social. But when you go and do things that you're not really receiving value from and you're not giving value, such as like the club and partying, unless that's really, you can specifically say how that is propelling your life forward to where you need to go, it's something that you don't need to do. There's certain things that we do where we're just out there. When you're out there and you're being seen a lot, it can be like scaring the hoes. It can, because you're kind of doing too much. You're out a lot doing all these things. When you are not seen as much as you can be, people start to miss your presence. People want your energy more because it's not always available to them. So maintain that mysteriousness. Another thing that you can do to stop scaring the hoes is by focusing on yourself or something else. I have a couple examples of this, but as soon as I stop focusing on the thing that I want by detaching from it, it comes right to me. It comes right to me. One example of this, right? So I have a aromatherapeutic body care business, and I was pouring into that so much. I wanted to do so much with that. As soon as I paused on that and started focusing on something else, like another passion of mine, what I wanted for that business happened to me. It happened for me. And that was very eye-opening for me because I stopped scaring the hoes. I stopped chasing what it was that I wanted out of this business. I stopped pushing in and forcing my energy upon it. Therefore, it came to me so easily and better than I expected. It was the easiest thing ever. I actually made a video the day that this happened. I think it's called You're a Winner in the Woods or something like that. I was so happy because it was just so effortless to receive that thing. It was smooth receiving. Another way this happened to me recently, and this has to do with a friendship that I wanted, right? I saw someone who I thought was really cool and I wanted to be friends with them, but it just didn't work. And I'm not even the type of person who makes friends in the way that I was trying, like, but as you grow into adulthood, maintaining and developing friendships is different. So I was trying new things. And so as soon as I stopped caring, I actually moved, right? I'm moving. And so that person told me that they thought I was cool and wanted to pursue a friendship with me when I came back to the city that I was in, if I did come back, right? And they explained why they had been, like they explained more about their lifestyle to me and just opened up, but I had already detached, like I stopped caring. And as soon as I stopped caring, that friendship that I desired came to me, although we'll see what happens, right? So focus on something else completely. It might be hard to take your focus off of something that you want so very badly, but the easiest way to do that is by pouring into yourself and deep diving into your self evolution. What's one thing that you can do to take yourself to the next level, to evolve further? Do that thing, focus on yourself, and you're not scaring the hoes. The person in the group who's focusing on themselves, let's go like back to the guy and girl example. In the girl, let's say the girl group, right? If there's a woman there who's focusing on herself, she's enjoying herself, enjoying the music, she might be mingling with everyone, but she's really focused on her, having a great time. She's in her sensual energy. She's eating the way she wants. She's smiling, she's laughing, she's doing her thing. The guys are gonna want that girl because she's focusing on herself. Another way to stop scaring the hoes and lean back is by breathing through the situation. Whatever it is that you want, once you let it go, just take a breath. Focus on your breath, because all we have is the breath, really, and in our moments. From each moment, we are just breathing to the next stage, breathing to the next moment. If you keep breathing and just focusing on your breath, which is the spirit, focus on that Holy Spirit within you, keep breathing, you will find yourself in the manifestation or in the desire that you were maybe trying to scare the hoes with. You'll find yourself there just by focusing on breathing, focusing on your breath. And it's so powerful. It's so powerful. And all these things that I've mentioned are basically ways to grow closer to God by letting God do what God needs to do in your life, by doing what you can do, right? So focus on yourself, maintain mysteriousness, and breathe. I want to talk about a few ways that this can show up scaring the hoes when it comes to food. So you can be scaring the host when it comes to food. I've seen this before. Sending your food back multiple times, you are forcing your energy, and just leave. I don't suggest that you eat the food if they make it wrong, but I say give it. This is really just my personal philosophy, because when I've had food made wrong and I sent it back and received food, it's just not the same. It doesn't even feel right. Like, I'd rather just leave and go somewhere else where they get it right the first time, because they get me and I just have to tell them what I want, lean back and receive. Smooth receiving. When I have to push in and tell them, no, I want this, and they bring it back, it's never really as good as I want it. So I will literally just leave a restaurant if they don't give me what I want the first time. This is something that I learned recently. I went to a place and I got a burrito. The first thing that I ordered though was a quesadilla, right? I ordered a vegan quesadilla with mushrooms. They brought the quesadilla out with cheese. I brought the quesadilla back because I don't eat cheese, and it wasn't vegan cheese, and I don't even eat vegan cheese. But the woman was like, I think that they make the quesadilla, the vegan quesadilla with cheese. So from there, I understood that, okay, this woman doesn't know what being vegan really means if she thinks that you can have a vegan quesadilla with cheese that's from a cow. And so I should have left then. But I forced my energy. I pushed in. I was like, you know what? No, I'm getting my burrito or my quesadilla. I had to get a burrito because they were like, we can't do the quesadilla, whatever. And so I got my burrito, and I was very specific with what I wanted in it, but it still wasn't exactly what I wanted. And they put the wrong thing in and left some things out. So I was scaring the host, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have just left. I should have took my business somewhere else where they understand me, where I can just sit and allow smooth receiving to just be. Another way this shows up with food is by binge eating. You're scaring the host, you're eating too much. Overeating, when you're full and you continue to eat, either because you don't want to waste food, or you're watching TV and you don't know that you're full, or the food's so tasty. No matter what it is, when you're full and you're overeating, you're forcing your body to take more than it wants, and you're kind of scaring your body. In this situation, the body would be the host, and your body is not going to respond well to that. So many things can happen from you doing that. Your digestive system is preparing enzymes, acid, for a specific amount of food that your body can handle. When you binge and overeat, you're not allowing your body to do what it needs to do the way that it wants to in its highest performing function. Another way this can happen with food is by forcing yourself to eat a way to lose weight or something like that. When it doesn't feel good to you, it doesn't feel natural, you're on a diet, you are scaring the host, you're scaring your body. And what's going to happen is you might make it a few steps ahead by forcing your body to do a certain thing. But since you're pushing in so much and forcing so much, you're likely going to snap back right to where you were, even a few steps behind, and have to go again because you weren't ready or able to handle and hold the thing that you were doing. So enjoy the process of eating by not overeating and taking it slow or at your own pace. If your own pace is fast, do that. Taking it at your own pace when changing the way that you eat, and you'll be good. So this was just a very interesting concept that came to my head. And something I love to do is take my painful experiences, like my illness, when I was going so hard trying to do so many things in one day, in 1 week, and turning it into a way that I can actually gain pleasure, receive pleasure in my life. When I just chill and things come to me, it feels so good. It feels so good. It's like, wow, I don't even have to do much. My energy does it for me because I know how to lean back. So, have a great day. Have smooth receiving. And stop scaring the hoes. Peace.